Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's been a tight game throughout, and it remains that way as we pick up the action in the fourth quarter. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 2. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Here's Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Oh, look at this play call. Nice footwork. Oh, no, he lost the football.
And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense. But whistles are going to blow the play dead since it was 4th by another player, but fortunately they will have enough to keep the first down.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
2nd and 5. He's going to try and take off with it.
He will push his way down to about the 14. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now 2nd and 9. Off play action. Richardson
Rolling to his right.
That's going to be caught by Allie Cox.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's Richardson to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Past the 20.
today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, this is the National Football League. Gardner Minshew and the Indianapolis Colts taking on Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Purdy going to the air right away. Open man is Juwan Jennings.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And they'll go on the ground. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Taven Bryan with a nice play defensively.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for. 3rd down here.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football.
Deep to return is Josh Downs.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, sixth-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a sixth-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
If you're make that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Minshew sets to throw. The toss here completed to Pittman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's Minshew. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Purdy. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And he's taken down, but able to slip.
across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Now Purdy. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
And they'll run it here. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Samson Abukum in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Minshew's throw caught by Pierce.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
And Taylor going to pick up the Colts' 1st down as the tackle made up near the 35.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd down and 8.
Now Minshew. They'll roll him out right. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Minshew, that's caught. It's Josh Downs.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 2nd down, Minshew forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. They'll run here with Taylor.
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line. So if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
A carry here for the big tight end. And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Jelani Woods,
a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy.
Completes it to Jennings. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. And Taylor now. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the defense. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
It's not exactly round and round we go, but I'm looking at the poor defenses. All right, back-to-back possessions, the ball's turned over.
Back-to-back plays.
I mean, just that quickly, and you think you're going to the bench to get a little break, and all of a sudden you're hearing sudden change, get back out there, grabbing your helmets and running back out on the field. I don't think it's going to affect them much now, but if this keeps up, you're going to have 2 very angry defenses. You want the offense to take care of the ball. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Minshew's throw into the hands of Pittman here. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to get the football here at their own 23. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Jennings will go in motion right. But now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Purdy completes this one here to McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 5, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Another run, this time McCaffrey. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Boy, you know, some plays you can just sort of tell they're not going to work from the start, and that was one of them right there.
Yeah, I mean, he had every option taken away, and so all that was left for him to do was to try and keep it himself, but even he knew that he had nowhere to go.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 44. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Minshew, 1st and 10, sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The 49ers settling in for their next drive.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
DeForest Buckner, a Pro Bowler when he played for the 49ers, there on the stop.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
There he goes left side. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts 34. 39 yards there, a big one.
What a run there. I mean, you got speed, elusiveness, escapability all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached to get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Now a 2nd and 10. Now this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Purdy now to throw.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Deebo Samuel from 3 yards out.
And the Niners have cut it back within a score. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Good work by Minshew there to pick up the first.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
2nd and 10.
back to throw here.
He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 42. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Dancing to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. And they're going to speed things up here. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. They'll roll him out right. Eyes the crossing route, and he finds Pittman. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. On is Minshew. He'll drop this down to Taylor. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Well, no sooner do the teams get to the locker rooms, and they're running right back out. Halftime over, third quarter, ready to go. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 to score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They run once more with Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 6.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Taylor. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in.
Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Purdy from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. He's got Ayuk once again. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. And they'll try to run the option here.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second. Down. Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
Now Moody for the PAT.
And that makes it 14-10. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
I like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Eluding the pressure right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
That's going to be taken in by Downs.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's good for 28 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Again, it's Taylor.
And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
going with their tight end on fourth. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jelani Woods, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Colts have retaken a third-quarter lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Brock Purdy and the 49ers out for their next possession.
The last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
He'll keep it himself.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
That's caught downfield by Kittle.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Again, McCaffrey. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And the Colts getting ready to go.
And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Throw out right, pulled in by Downs.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Minshew on 1st and 10, escaping the pressure right.
That complete to Downs.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And Taylor going to pick up the Colts first down as the tackle made at the 42.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
And that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Well, a good job shifting right, finding his target. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. And quickly, they get to the line. Minshew sets to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Josh Downs,
a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Colts have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
They'll try and run it here. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. Gets around him. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Here's 2nd and 3.
And they'll go on the ground. Able to slither by.
Now inside.
A big pickup of 38.
And that's another big-time run. And it sure looks like the leverage game is being won by the offensive line. They're the low man on just about every snap, and they're winning, pushing back the defensive front and creating great space for their runners.
Flush to his right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the 49ers are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I'd normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And Dallas Flowers going to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Indy set to go on offense once more. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And some nifty running here as they take this across midfield and down to the 47.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
11 more on that one and another first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
54 mark. 54 mark. Check, check.
Here's Minshew. Eluding the pressure right.
Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Taylor. is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 23. And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And some good acceleration. There as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On first down, it's Purdy.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Purdy. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the first down.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
On first down, Purdy. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Here's Purdy.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down. And that should be the one that finishes this game off.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Shedding through the defense. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Here's 1st and 10. Purdy to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.